Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, it is week 2 of auditions for American Idol 18. Joining me today for this podcast is my co-host Eric. How you doing today, Eric?
I am doing good. Let's get into it. We have some headlines to talk about.
Pretty big week for American Idol. Tell me what you got for headlines.
Nothing to do with American Idol, the headlines this week. We didn't recap the finale of America's Got Talent and the Champions, so that's what we're doing with headlines now.
Well, that's what it should be relegated to. So, what do you got?
The Unbeatable won. The Explorers were 100% right this year, which they weren't last year, but they were this year. And no surprise, most anticlimactic finale ever. Hey, congratulations, guys, you won a trophy.
You get nothing.
A title, and zero money whatsoever.
It's literally like the Willy Wonka meme.
Well, here's the one thing I'll say about it, is that if there was a prize, it would be more excruciating that we can't vote. But because there's no prize, it's less bad that we don't get to vote.
I have a bit of a confession.
You didn't watch.
I didn't watch it. This season, it just... I read the headline. I knew since, I don't know, October. This season just didn't work for me. It was just almost bordering like on a chore. And that's... I've never said that about these shows. I mean, the X Factor UK I was enjoying because of the train wreck that it was. This wasn't even a train wreck. I just kind of felt nothing. Like, the show just had no... It for the first time, I was starting to think, like, this isn't the show I once liked. And I blame Simon Cowell.
I blame all of them. But here's the thing. Do you think it should come back for season 3?
I think it shouldn't have come back for a season 2.
Correct. Correct.
Anyway.
But I do want to touch on like 2 guest performances that I watched that were good. I enjoyed Shin Lim and Colin Cloud doing a trick together. That was good. The Unbeatable doing flips over the drummer from Blink-182 was good. Other than that, it was a fast forward palooza for me.
What has America's Got Talent come to? Like, it's just not the show I once liked. It's so different. It's got Simon Cowell's fingerprints all over.
It always did, but there, he wore gloves before, I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Well, any other headlines before we kind of get into the episode?
Not many. I mean, Idol ratings for this week were Idol and The Voice basically tied for the premieres, which is a good sign because The Voice goes down and Idol goes up. Or Idol stays the same at least. So I think Idol's going to be the number one thing in show this year.
That's kind of exciting. Really, really exciting. I mean,
it's justified because of many problems that I have with Idol. It's still miles better than The Voice.
Yeah. I'm at the point where I'm almost America's Got Talent, The Voice, American Idol. Like, that's...
No, that's wrong.
I don't know.
America's Got Talent at least has produced several acts that I've seen live and have enjoyed. So there's that.
Anyway, any final headlines before we get into the deep dive?
Let's just go right into the deep dive.
All right. First off, before we get into it, I need to do a very quick apology because yesterday we are filming this. It is Tuesday evening. I tweeted that I was going to be live tweeting it, and my TV wasn't working, so I didn't end up getting to live tweet it. So I ended up doing that earlier today. I thought it was a okay episode. I would have given it a mixed bag rating for me. It wasn't terrible, but there were some eye-rolling moments a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say 2 of these week's auditions were 2 of my favorites of the season so far, but other than that,
I mean,
judges still suck.
Very heavy on the shtick. I feel like I want to see more contestants. I feel like we're taking so much time with them. It's kind of...
You know what? I'm fine with the number of contestants we're seeing, but I'm thinking if we can cut the show down to an hour and a half and get rid of all the judges BS, I'd be happier with that.
I mean, if I'm putting on a producer's hat for a second, like, They're paying Katy Perry how many $1 million?
About $15 million too many.
So you got to get your money's worth.
Yeah, sure. What are you going to do?
Anyway, so we start the episode. It opens up with this weird Forrest Gump-like moment. Did you get a chance to see this, Eric?
I fast forwarded through it. I'm happy I did because Forrest Gump is not very good for the disability community in this day and age. But I fast forwarded through that part.
They had this weird moment where I think they laid out chocolates because there's that whole line, life is like a box of chocolates, and you see Luke Bryan dressed up as Forrest Gump, and he starts going after the chocolates, and it just reminded me of in Family Guy. There was this one scene where I think it was James Woods, they trap him using Reese's Pieces candy, and he goes, "Ooh, piece of candy, ooh, piece of candy."
I remember that.
And you remember that? It was totally.
That was back when Family Guy didn't suck as well.
Anyway, it got a small chuckle out of me. Anyway, we move into our first contestant. Her name is Sanaya Elise. She is performing "You Are the Reason" by Callum Scott, and she comes with her entire family. They have this big moment. They're all praying together before she kind of goes into the room. This is our big belter voice. We get one every year, and she's good. What did you think?
For me, my favorite audition so far this season.
I wouldn't say my favorite of the season yet. I mean, we're only on episode 2. My favorite came later.
So far this season.
All right.
Including this episode. She was my favorite of the episode. I think her voice is fantastic, and I love some of the choices she made and how she phrased it. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the song choice because it's just such a gosh darn good song. And she's so really good. She's really good. I do wonder because I don't like sometimes with American Idol, the producers, they like to typecast these kinds of singers with the kind of old-fashioned songs. I don't want that for her. I want her to stay in the kind of current genre vein because she's really good. She had this whole story where one of her YouTube videos went viral. Did you check this one out?
I didn't really watch any of the stories, and I watched some of the judges' comments to make sure that they weren't mean to anybody, and spoiler alert, that was a waste of my time. But, yeah.
I mean, I will say, I watch this show, I see contestants come, they go. There's 2 things that can instantly make me root for a contestant. They can be a returning contestant 90% of the time, usually. And the other one that will instantly make me root for them is if they say they are a fan of the show. Right off the bat, if you say you're a fan of the show and you've been watching, I will usually root for you. And Sanaya, she says that she's been watching American Idol since she was a very young girl. And how do you not root? If you have a contestant between the 2, I will always go for the fan of the returning contestant. So that's just a personal bias on my opinion, but I like Sanaya. She's one of my favorites this season.
Okay, me too. Move on.
All right, but I did say this, and I'm going to say it again. I've said it for contestants in the past. She is so good that there is no chance she wins.
I would probably agree with that.
And I also love that she didn't have a sob story. It was literally just her family was her story. She's just, she's got a big family with her, and that's kind of it. I enjoy that. She's the makings of what I like of the show and the contestants, what I kind of look for.
Yeah, basically me too.
All right, well, now we move into the very big shticky moments. We get there are a few of those this season. This episode, actually. We get Kay Genesee. I think, did I get that right? Let's just call her Kay. She's performing Mercy by Duffy. And right away, this song, it takes me back. This is one of those shows that I know it more as an American Idol song than for the original singer, because it's just been sung so many times for Hollywood Week. It just takes me back. This girl, Kay, she did a okay job. Nothing special, I would say. What about you?
I would say the same thing. Literally, I wrote not a fan, awful, not awful, nothing special.
She's just kind of, she's one of those contestants that's, if they wouldn't be highlighted, she would just be one of those people that go home like in the first cuts of Hollywood Week, like in those groups. Like she's just nothing special. But the producers in the show, they really go all out with her. They spend a big chunk of time. They have this moment where one of the judges, I think it was Luke, says no, and Katie and Lionel take her out onto the streets, have her sing for a bunch of people who showed up, and they leave it up to them. Do you think this was real? Do you think this was at all manufactured?
It was 100% manufactured, but everything is at this point.
I was saying no, that the people who like crowd around on the street, because American Idol is like a big show. You got like contracts for people who need to be there. Do you think like everyone had to sign something to be there?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I did find one moment that was pretty hilarious. It's when the three judges are in an elevator with Kay, and the door, it's just the three of them and like a cameraman. Can you imagine that elevator ride? No?
Nope.
I think it would have been funny. What do you think they talked about for that like 90-second ride?
Did anybody talk about anything?
I think so. 90
Okay.
seconds is a long time.
Okay, whatever you think.
Anyway, so she performs to the group, and she's passable enough that of course they're gonna say yes. What did you kind of make of this whole little moment here?
I just watched the song. That's all I watched. I didn't really care.
Well, I watched it.
I watched the song, wasn't blown away by it, and I said, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean,
I will watch stories of the contestants when I think they're really, really good.
I don't know.
But,
anyway, that all said, I still think
not going to make it that far. I'm not going to invest that much time in them.
Yeah, I don't see her making it past Hollywood Week. I mean, this is the reason she was highlighted was because that's kind of how it's how the show kind of runs. Like, there's the auditions that are for general talent, and then there's auditions to show off the shtick. Like, there's two sides. Sanaya is very much the one for general talent, and Kay is just shtick. They spent this money on Katy Perry. They got to get their money's worth. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I have to say for her.
Yeah.
All right. And the next contestant kind of follows in the same vein as Kay for me. It is Kyle Tanguay. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at names. I really apologize. He is performing Mercy by Shawn Mendes, and he has this whole story. He is, like I said, he's very much the moment of the audition, and he comes in with he's a cheerleader, and he comes in with the entire, I think he says every single like cheerleader of the group, the Philadelphia Eagles, and he even admits that he's not a singer. I thought he's in the same vein as Kay for me. He's passable.
Yeah. I think he's slightly better than her, but not by much.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's splitting hairs. Neither of them are making it to live shows or anything like that.
Don't say that. You never know with these shows.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but I will say I'm pretty confident that it's the moment of the audition more than the moment of the voice.
Of the start of his journey, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they go all out.
This is the start of his journey and the end of his journey at the same time.
Yeah, but the show, they really go all out with the judges and the cheering. I mean, it was a cute moment, but it's not. I'm not going to come away from it remembering him or the voice. I'm going to remember the moment.
Yeah, me too. All
right. Well, from there we move on to probably my third favorite audition of the season. Jovan Webb. He's performing "Whipping Post" by the Allman Brothers. I will say they go all out with the story for him, and I hate saying like the car, like I wish it didn't have to be that way. I wish it could have just been, they could have just done it like Sanaya, where it's just him and he's just gonna sing, because I don't know what am I explaining, Eric? Can you explain it for me?
I didn't watch the story, but I know it went on like 5 minutes, which is about 4 minutes too long for a first audition in general. Because the only thing is, if he didn't have the sob story, he'd still make it through and he'd still be a contender because his voice is really, really good.
Yeah, this dude is good. Like, really good. He's...
I will say, I did like Noah Guthrie's version of the song better, but having said that, this was really damn good, and I could see myself rooting for him.
I like Bo Bice's version, though.
I don't like Bo Bice.
All right, well, I don't know anything about him post-show, but I watched some of his performances, and he's really talented.
Bob Ice, as Spellcheck once said.
Oh, or what?
Bob Ice, as Spellcheck called him.
All right. Well,
that was just meant to be a joke. I won't go into it.
Anyway, they really focus. His mother passed away. He fell into a depression, and he had this whole story, and he eventually had a son. And he's got like a look, and I really like this dude. Like, he's really good. I do kind of want to also see, like, I want to see more of him. Like, he's one of the contestants where I came away going, like,
me too.
I could see myself rooting for this dude. The thing is, he is an older contestant. I don't know if those usually...
Well, my question for him is, how many other songs can he find that he can do as well as he did this one? I'm sure there are plenty, but I'm curious. It could either go really well for him, or it could crash and burn pretty fast.
What's your prediction for Jovan? How far do you think he goes?
Top 8, top 7. At this point, all right. I'd love to be wrong. I'd like to see him top 5, but we'll see.
All right. Well, let's move on. We have a whole segment about a gas leak, which was pretty. It just didn't go anywhere, Eric.
Fastforwardrific.
I wrote there's like that cringing, like I just typed in cringing on GIFs, and I was like, this was me during the performance, and it was the GIF of Brittany from Big Brother. I mean, it was just it went on way too long, and they have this whole moment with firefighters coming in, and I mean, it's just, I'm looking at my watch going, but not like in the, like I'm looking at the watch, but like, let's kind of move this along. Yeah, she pretends to pass out, and the firefighters have to rescue her. This was just weird.
Yep. I'll take your word for it. I haven't watched it because we're no contestant, so who cares?
All right. Well, now we move on to the next contestant, and this was a little hard for me to watch. So this is Claire Goodman. She is 16 years old, and she is, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Luke Islam, like a reincarnation of Luke Islam, like who wants to go for Broadway, except she's a bit older. So she is 16 years old. She talks all about going on Broadway, and I feel like if Claire had been a lot more talented, I would have said, this is the wrong show you were on. Like, this is someone who I think would have, had the talent been up to par, I would have suggested America's Got Talent, honestly. And the sad thing is, she's a high schooler, and they really make her out to be a joke. And this was my first, like, uncomfortable moment watching the show. Eric, what did you think?
Well, honestly, because she's 16 and because it was sort of a joke audition, I skipped it because I don't get paid to recap for Reality Hour, and so I'm not going to suffer through watching children be humiliated. I don't like that.
All right, well, I did watch it.
I know you did, and that's fine. I'm not judging you for watching it. I'm just saying I couldn't watch it because I don't like watching kids humiliated.
I will say that she has like this really cool, it's like a lemon dress. It was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. Anyway, so yeah, they really kind of make her out to be a joke. They even, she sings and she doesn't sing that great, and they give her a standing ovation. Like, I was like, oh no, because in this day and age, like, that girl's got to go to school, and they don't take too kindly to moments like this. I mean, this was very. She comes away. It kind of is like a big moment where the judges say they believe in her and that she's gonna do really great on Broadway, but she's got to go back to school, and I feel bad because I thought she was pretty cool, honestly. Like, but that's just how the show is sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I wish we could get rid of these types of auditions from the show.
All right. Well, from there we move on to one of the brighter spots I think of the episode, at least for me personally.
Really?
We get the Colton
right, because returning contestant.
Yes, we get the Colton Dixon treatment. We get two contestants in one, Margie Mays and Johnny West. Johnny West is her boyfriend who was actually at the audition last year, and they actually even they circle him. And yeah, Margie Mays, as soon as I saw her, I was like, yes. Like, I'm very much ready to root for Margie. I thoroughly remember her from last year. And she says she's not the same girl as last year. She's Margie 2.0. She's toned down. She's taken it a little bit more seriously. And she performs "I Found a Boy" by Adele. I haven't heard this song. Is this a new one, Eric?
Definitely not a new one, because there's no way in hell a new song by Adele would be played on American Idol first.
All right. Well, I don't think she's definitely talented. Like she's got a solid voice. Like it's good. But I don't even really know how to frame this. I don't think her person. When we had a contestant like Katie Turner, Katie had some big personality, but she backed it up with some ridiculous vocal ability too. Margie is like Katie Turner, but the vocals aren't as great, if you know what I mean. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. Very yes.
I mean, I really want to like Margie. Like, I really want to root for her. And
I know.
I think I will still root for her moving forward. But from this audition, I'm coming away feeling that she is the Skylar Dixon in this equation.
Yeah, quite possibly.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Getting
like
screwed over.
Later on down the line, there's going to come a moment, might not be the first round of Hollywood Week, where Margie's going to step forward, Johnny's going to step back, and first of all, that is like the producers like
that's the way they're going to do it too.
That is their dream scenario. Like they have set this up. It reminds me of that gif of Elizabeth Warren from SNL of Kate McKinnon playing her. She's like, on the first day I set the table, on the second day I prepared the meal, and on the third day I feast. Like this was the setting the table. They are setting the moment because that is 100% coming. And that sucks because I really like Margie and I really, really want her to do well. Ugh. What did you make of Margie, Eric?
Same thing as you, basically. Not terrible, nothing spectacular. Big personality. Not like, oh my god, amazing. I gave it a B-.
But like I said, if Margie is the Skylar Dixon, Johnny West is the Colton Dixon because he plays by the piano. And I right off the bat, I got like strong Colton Dixon vibes until he started like rapping, like doing that weird chase scoring thing that we saw on America's Got Talent and that other girl who got cut this year. I don't know. It's like this emerging form of music that's kind of becoming a thing all of a sudden where it's, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a stickler for the old stuff. But Johnny's good. Not just good. He's really good. Like I said, he's on Colton Dixon level a little bit for me.
For me, I'm not sure I like him. I think I could, and I think there's potential there, but parts of it were a bit off to me for some reason. I just wasn't blown away. It's just not my thing. But he could go far.
Eric, if there hadn't been the rapping breakdown, would it be better for you?
It would have been better, but it still wouldn't have been an A for me.
I don't know, because I think this was an original song he performs, right?
I think.
So I don't think he's going to do it all the time, unless he's like an Alejandro figure, which they kind of hype up. Like he is a little bit in the Alejandro vein.
Alejandro Lane.
They made that joke too themselves, and I wasn't sure if it was a pun while I was watching it. I was thinking, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to like point my finger and go, I see what you did there, or that's just like a slip
Did
or
they
whatever.
do it? Did they point out that they said it afterwards?
No.
Well, okay.
They said you're in the Alejandro lane. I think it was Tim. It might have been
And
someone
they
else.
weren't kidding. They weren't making it funny. Okay.
All right. Well, we get to the results. So Margie gets 2 yeses. Katie says no, and right there, I said that gif of the little girl in the car, like giving the look, like the look of disgust. That was me because Margie's one of my favorites this season, and I can see the train. It's like watching a train crash. Like you can slowly see they're going towards each other. They're at a distance right now, but it's slowly, and I'm like, no, Margie. But Johnny gets 3 yeses. There was this one awkward moment where Margie gets the yes and then she leaves. Like she just walks out of the room. Which usually, like, don't they usually stay there for the next part?
I don't know.
I feel like because they want the reaction shots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you think happens here? Do you think either of them make a top 24 or whatever, or is this? What do you think is gonna happen?
I have a feeling one of them does.
I want both, but Margie more. Anyway, let's move on to Sarah Eisen. So this was another moment where I feel like it's right in the like. There's the 2 spectrums of auditions. There's the auditions for the contestants with actual talent, and then there's the contestants with the story. Sarah is in that gray spot, kind of in the middle for me, where it's kind of a little bit of both. She is a daughter of a sperm donor. She has 2 moms, and she has dozens of siblings. I don't remember how many. A very high number. It's probably not, I don't know, maybe 26 donor siblings, which is insane. But she comes into the audition with a lot of them, and even with her father and her 2 moms. And she performs If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. And for me, I wrote down on my tweets that I posted was that she has a very full and rich voice. It's almost a little bit like off-putting because it just you wouldn't expect that kind of a voice from someone like her. But for me, it reminded me of something that would be like on a power ballad from the 80s. Would you agree?
You know what it reminded me of? And you're gonna laugh. Ready? Jenny Ryan from X Factor Celebrity.
I don't think it was that bad. I think she was better.
I mean, yeah, she was better, but still, it was like the deep voice. That's not my thing.
I liked it. I mean, I think, like I said, it's a strange voice because it's just so different. But I thought it was really good. I mean, first of all, the song that she picked is like, it's like a gimme. Like it's a great song. If you on paper, like it's not a song you don't advance with. Like it's a like once I heard that song, I was like, okay, she's definitely gonna be good. But I don't know if she's gonna do well, honestly. What do you think?
I don't know. We'll see.
You cut out. What was that?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, I actually don't have that much to say about Sarah. I mean, she was passable. She was a solid, passable singer, and but you never know if that's gonna kind of be where they go with it, where she's more the story than the voice. Next up, we have Eliza Catastrophe. She is performing Sardines, which is an original song, and kind of. First of all, I will just say right off the bat, she reminds me so much. She looks a lot like Anne Hathaway, and she comes in with gifts for bribing, and right there, I wanted to root for this girl. I was like, okay, like, what do you think? What is your stance on this, Eric? Is bribery on the American Idol judges fair, open field?
Well, Katy Perry gets paid enough money to be there. She doesn't need gifts too.
I mean, if you were auditioning, like, and there was a chance that bringing fresh baked cookies would make a difference. No chance?
Well, it wouldn't make a difference.
I don't know. Anyway, so she's performing Sardines. She's actually apparently like a pretty established singer-songwriter. And yeah, this is just they're shooting for another moment, kind of like what was that guy who did the Pants on the Ground song, right?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, let's just move on.
Yeah, please, let's move on.
Next up, we have a segment about roller skates. And it's not that big of a moment, but it kind of leads into the judges talking about some of the previous contestants, specifically Alejandro and Katie, which is, it's always good to hear Katie talked about on the show. And she had some funny tweets in reaction to it. Like, if you're not following Katie Turner on Twitter, you are missing out, is all I can really say.
Yep.
Anyway, what did you think about this little segment, Eric?
I liked hearing about Katie. I'll leave it there. Let's talk about the contestant who we're comparing her to Katie, shall we?
Let's move on to who is undoubtedly going to end up being my favorite contestant of the season. It is Julia Gargano. She is performing an original song called Growing Pains. She is from Staten Island, New York. So if she makes it to the finale night, I can denote finale. It's top 30. Do they still do here hometown welcomes?
Yeah.
I can go to that one.
Yeah.
I am rooting for this girl. She is my piano girl. We get one every year. Last year was Ashley Hess. Hopefully, though, Julia can do better than Ashley Hess because that one still burns. My God. Anyway, so she is performing her original song at the piano, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What about you?
I like her. Fine audition. I think it's really premature to say she's as good as Katie, which kind of bugs me.
I wasn't saying she was as good as Katie at all.
I know you weren't saying that, but Katy Perry definitely was.
I mean, that's first of all, that's a little unfair to put them on the like Katie Turner. We have seen her entire run. Like Julie, it's just the audition. Like
I'm saying that Katy Perry said from the first audition that she's as good as Katie Turner and Alejandro, which she's definitely as good as Alejandro. But
I don't think. Let's not say that they're as good as. Everyone is different. Julia is Julia, and Katie is Katie.
I'm saying Katy Perry said that.
All right. We need another. All right.
I'm mad at Katy Perry for saying that. I will say Julia wasn't my favorite of the episode, but she was in my top 3.
Yeah. And no sob story. They're a dying breed these days.
So that takes you up a letter grade for me.
Yeah.
Or at least a plus. It gives you a plus from when you were,
I don't know. I have high hopes for this girl moving forward. She's my number one. And I really hope she can pull it off. I am a little bit worried she's going to follow the Madison trajectory where she becomes a bit of a producer bot. I call them that, where it's like when the producers kind of consume them and make, you know what I mean, Eric?
Well, Madison was a better singer, but
it's too early. We're just at the auditions, Eric.
Okay, we'll see.
All right. Well, we move on to we're already at the end of the episode. Like there were so few people here. How many? We got the finale. We got Julia, Sardines Girl, Sarah, Johnny, and Margie. What? There's I think 10 people this entire episode. That's like 5-6 an hour.
What are you gonna do?
All right. Well, we move on to the sob story of sob stories of sob stories. We have Kurt Jones and Hannah Prestige. They are actually a duo called Treble Soul. And ahead of the episode, I heard that they were. Some people thought, or I thought they would be auditioning as one, like they were going to kind of function as one contestant. But that's not how American Idol works. So I don't know how that was kind of managed. But they auditioned solely. How
Solo. They auditioned as soloists.
All right, much better, Eric. Thank you. So they have a very big emphasis on their story. So they were dating, and 3 months in, she got pregnant, and then she had a kidney problem, and then it led to eventually a drug addiction. And yeah, this is kind of, we get one every year. Not every year. We get at least a couple an episode. Look, it's a terrible story, but I'd rather just tear you for your talent. If that, like,
Yeah,
that's
agreed.
unfair, because what the show makes it is that you have each contestant has two packages. There's the vocal ability and there's the story. But let's say you have someone like Julia who doesn't have a story and is just a really good singer. Like, she is entirely gapping on that second bracket. Like, it's just, it puts the contestants on an uneven playing field, and I don't like it. But Kurt is performing a country song. I don't listen to that much country music. It's one of the country songs, and Hannah is performing an original, and I wasn't that impressed with either of them, honestly. What about you?
So first I will say that people who like each other as couples should never audition for the show together. So that's just rule number one.
Yes, because the producers, they're like salivating at the thought of you're gonna come forward.
One's going through, one's going.
And there's gonna be a commercial break.
Yeah. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would audition with on Americana with someone they're in a relationship with. It's unbelievable.
We got two this episode.
We did, and we also, I mean, most famous one was Nick, who auditioned with a girlfriend, and that didn't last, and never did she.
Wait, yeah, every year there's like one or two. I remember there was also one in season like 10. There's always that like weird. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Anyway, but putting that aside, she's got a decent voice.
I mean, she's okay. I just wasn't that blown away. I don't know. They kind of like, she gets the pimp spot. Like, she is the big name the show is hoping we're gonna come away with. And I don't know. She's passable is what I would say, but yeah. I wasn't blown away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of our episode, and it's like I said, it's very. I remember in the older like season, I think it was 14, like Jax's season, we got contestants in and out. It was like an assembly line. They come in, they do their audition, we're out, we're on to the next one. And I like the more fast paced than this. But I did come away still enjoying the episode as a whole. Like, I wasn't bored. There was only a couple, like I said, kind of cringy, eye-rolly moments. As a whole, it was solid. I'm still happy American Idol is back. I am ready to get invested in these contestants. Right now, the big names for me, at least coming away from this episode, are Sanaya, Joven, and Julia. And that's what I can say. And Margie. But it's not going to end up being Margie. It's going to end up being Johnny. What about you?
Those are my big names as well. So we already touched on our superlatives, so we're just going to skip it this week. My superlative, my top two, are Sanaya and Joven. Yours were?
Who'd you say? I didn't hear.
Sanaya and Joven were my top two of the week. Who was your top two of the week?
Julia. Oh, this one's tough. I would go Joven.
Okay.
I enjoy it because Sanaya, I feel like I've kind of seen her run on these shows before. Joven, I haven't. Joven's kind of a
that's a valid point. Anyway, so, that's it for this week.
Yeah. So, do you have any news for us? Kind of moving into any previews, any names coming up next week?
Nope, I haven't looked into that.
I did watch the preview. There is one contestant I know who is coming back this season who I'm looking forward to. I think I saw her in the preview. She's another piano player. She's also a returning contestant, which is like a double whammy for me to like root for them. Really hoping to see her next week. Other than that, yeah, solid week. I'm looking forward to what's coming next.
Me too.
All right, well, I guess that's going to be our episode. So I'm going to say I am Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at Adam Soapbox. Where can we find you, Eric?
Eric_Ascher on Twitter, ericascher.com, bit.ly/ericlawvids.
All right. Well, that's another week of Idol. We will be back next week for week 3 of auditions. Until next time, peace.